Hello, 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 guys. Good evening, everybody. My name is Mauricio, and I have the privilege to be presenting tonight's event. We're extremely happy to be here, and if you are joining us for the first time, together with the person who invited you, we're in the process of expanding a social marketing commerce business around the UK and Europe. And this person, they believe that you've got what it takes to do something different, that you are the sort of person who's looking to be an entrepreneur. They are the sort of person who is looking to generate an extra income. And that tonight we're going to be doing exactly that. We're going to be answering three of the main questions. Number one, what it is that we're doing. Number two, how you guys can get started and how much money you can make. And number three, the first steps on how you guys can start your entrepreneurial process. If you are like myself, who didn't have any previous experience that's building businesses, and I just really wanted an opportunity, then you are in the right place. However, if you are the sort of person who has loads of experience, and if you are the sort of person who is highly educated and has experience at building businesses, then this is the opportunity for you, because you will start in a different place. So my name is Mauricio, as I said at the beginning, and tonight you guys are in for a treat. We have a special guest, and before I call her on our virtual stage, I just want to tell you that at the moment, she's the youngest leader, as we call it in our business concepts. She's the youngest leader in the whole of the UK in the social marketing industry. She's got fantastic momentum. She's got loads of energy, and she's got a fantastic story that you guys can benefit and learn from. So I'm extremely happy. I've actually had the privilege of going on some international trips with this young lady, and she is a blast. She's full of energy, but also she's very serious. She's a professional in what she does. I massively admire her, and I just want you guys to make her feel welcome. And if you just write down on the chat how extremely happy and proud we are of what we are doing for our industry and our business. And I would like to welcome on our stage, Paula. The stage is yours. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Mauricio, for having me on your platform. It's so great to see you. I know it's been a long time since we've all seen each other properly, since our last holiday. And yeah, it's very good to see you, and thank you for everyone for having me tonight as well. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks very much for taking some of your time. You're looking gorgeous and great as usual. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Let me just get started. I'm going to be asking you some questions, and the way that tonight is going to be working is that it is going to be an open event. So if you guys have any questions, make sure you write them down on the chat, because that's what it is. It is an open event for friends who do business together. And how wonderful is it that if I'm going to be going on business, I might as well just go on business with the people that I trust, the people that I know, and with friends. And I believe that this is what happened to you. You started building business together with your family, right? Together with your mom and your family.
Yeah, so the way it started was I joined, to join Amway, you have to be officially 18 years old. So I was forced to join as soon as I turned 18. Because, my mom was already within the business and she was already seeing success. So she wants all her children to join the business and grow and, build the wealth that we need within our family. So yes, I joined when I was 18, but I didn't officially start the business until I was in my mid-20s. But from there, I've always used the products. I've always believed in the product since I was 18 years old. So yes, that's how I started.
So let me just go back to the beginning. No, so this is young Paula, and even though this question that I'm going to ask is a bit tricky, even though there are so many opportunities, because especially right now, when you look around, there's there's so many things online, especially because we are entrepreneurs, and YouTube's algorithm knows. So if you type in businesses, or even on the ads, there's always somebody telling you, I got the key and I got the secret for you to become a millionaire overnight, do this and that. There are so many businesses opportunities, but let me ask you, why did you choose social marketing or social commerce as the opportunity for you? Why did you choose it? I know that your mom introduced it to you and that you are kind of forced to start, but
Yes.
right now, why would you choose it? And what's the advice you would give to somebody who's watching us for the first time?
I chose working within this business, obviously because of the social e-commerce that you just mentioned. Why I did that is because I've been surrounded with so many business people around me, because I went to college and done business. So I've always had people around me that were entrepreneurs or wanting to build their businesses. And most of them always mentioned going online, because this is the time that we're living in. A lot of jobs are not secure right now because of what's been going on around the world. People have been working from home and using online as a business to make money. So it was great that I found out about working online through, my parents, and also through the knowledge of having business people around me. So the advice I would give to somebody is starting an online business is a great opportunity, because it's now the in thing at the moment. Everybody is on social media, everybody's online, everybody's on their phone, on their iPads, everybody's doing business online, everybody's selling, like Amazon selling online, people are joining different types of businesses, but the online realm that we are in at the moment is what's in. So this is why this business works for me as well, because I'm surrounded by people that are already doing it. So this is great.
Okay, Paula,
Yeah.
so I'm here for the first time. I'm a new person and, it sounds good. Yes, I'm interested. I want to make some more money. But what is it that you guys do, or what is it that we do? If you can explain us in two to 3 minutes, what's SSD? Now, SSD, a switch share duplicate, is the concept that we work, and that the person who invited you here tonight wants you to see. So, Paula, if you, in a professional manner, in 2 to 3 minutes, in a simple way, can explain, especially the new people, what's a switch share duplicate? What is it? And what's the whole fuss about SSD?
Okay, yeah, that's a very good question, because that's what's making my business grow, which is the switch share and duplicate, SSD, like you mentioned. So what SSD, switch, share, and duplicate? I'll just explain all three of them in a different way. So switch is, for example, you are using a product that you've bought from, a cleaning product that you've bought from Tesco. You now switched from that product to a product within Amway. Yes. Duplicate, which is the second bit. Share is now, you've loved using this product from Amway, and now you want to share it with your friends and your family. So you're now telling people, oh my God, this product from Amway is amazing. I'm sharing this product with you. So come, and join my business. And, that's what the share is. And duplicate is now the people that have read, that you've shared the product, that special product that you bought from Amway, are now doing the same thing to their friends and family. That's what switch, share, and duplicate is.
Yeah, it's very simple, and I know that part of your success, especially with the younger generation, the people who are out there looking to generate a second income, is how easy and how simple you present it, Paula, and it is great. Switch and duplicate. I remember, and this is a personal story. Several years ago, I actually started this business 8 years ago together with my wife, and probably like many of you, I was like crazy looking for an opportunity. I had a job. I could make money. There's no secret, and that every single one of you know how to make money. I knew how to make money through employment, but I really was looking for an opportunity to generate even a second income, to pay off some debt that I was at the time. And I remember the person who introduced this concept to me, he was very clear, and he said, listen, Mauricio, whether you like it or not, from the moment you wake up until the moment you go to sleep, you are using products. I mean, you wake up and almost quite surely you go brush your teeth, have a shower, then you have to have breakfast, you wear deodorant, you have to wash your clothes. I mean, we use products till the moment we wake up, till the moment you go to sleep. So this guy comes around and says, Mauricio, you can continue doing exactly the same thing you're doing right now, but the only thing is that you will switch the products that you're using from the supermarket and you will buy better quality products, most of them made with organic ingredients, and that you will have the opportunity to save around 50% in what you're already spending. You know, for me, I don't have children, but I already had to pay for bills and I had to go shopping, and just the fact that they told me better quality products directly from the manufacturer and save money, you know, started ringing bells, and I said, this thing makes sense. Second thing, Pula, you said share. And I use some of the products. I like the products. Obviously, the quality is great. And then I said, if I like the products, most surely other people will like them as well. And then the business-minded person kicked in, and I started looking for ways on how not only I could sell the products, but how I could, you know, penetrate the market, and how I could get big into people using this product, and then how I could expand. So, Paula, now that we understand the switch, share, duplicate, tell me, is there money to be made? Is there real money? I know that this is a silly question, especially with the momentum and the growth that you guys are having in the team. A lot of people making money, starting from £100, if that's what you want to make. There's people making 500, 1,000, 2,000, and even more money. And with the new compensation plan coming, but is there really money to be made here? And how much money can I really make? And the steps on how to make that money?
Yes, you can definitely make money, but it's not quick money. You have to put in some work, just like how you would start your own business by, for example, clothing, whatever. It takes time to grow your business. But with us, we are surrounded by people that will help us build this business. So most of the time you are not alone. You are in a team. Like right now, Mauricio and Diana, they've got a strong team that they're building, because that's how they're growing their business. So you're not going to be alone. So yes, definitely you will make money. You will make bonuses as well throughout, you know, each month, each year. And what was the last bit that you said, Mauricio?
Yeah, the steps on how if I'm new here and I said, okay, I switch, share, duplicate makes sense, but which are the steps, or how can I give those steps into making money? Because I want to make money, it is a business, and how do I do that?
So for a new person that's here, if they want to officially join, obviously they have to speak to the person that they that invited them. And this business is free to join. You don't have to pay money to join, like most companies out there. And once you joined, you have to, it doesn't matter how much you spend on any products that you want, you would get up to 25% back on the money back from the products that you've made. So by buying something that's already 50, 75, £100, a product worth that, you're going to make money back. And yes, I think that's it.
Yeah, it's very simple. I really
love
it.
Very simple.
How simple you make it, and that's the way it is. You know, it's no rocket science. And
no, it's not.
Personally, that's one of the things that really caught my attention. That I didn't have to be a scientist, that I didn't have to be a business person to start making money. In my personal case, Paula, I remember 8 years ago, and what really caught my attention is that obviously I saw that the products made sense. I liked it. I started using them. But when I looked at my bank statement at the end of the month, I saw £397 profit. This is my personal experience. It doesn't mean that you join Amway and that you made £397. No. As Paula said, there's nothing for nothing. There's always something. You have to do something if you want to make something. Like everything in life, that's worth it. I'm going to be talking, or we are going to be talking about the steps that you need to follow in just a sec. But in my personal experience, I used the products. I found some customers because the products made sense. Some of them were family and friends, but I started taking steps into selling my products to a wider audience. But, 397 pounds. Now, there's people in our business or in a part of our organization who start and make 500, 1,000 pounds. It really depends on the skills that you have. And if you're already a business-minded person, you can grow much quicker. But I just love that. You also mentioned that there's no joining fee. We're not looking for investors. We're looking for the sort of people who want to achieve something, for the sort of people who, if you have loads of experience, that's great. If you don't have experience, then that's fantastic, because we're looking for the lookers, the sort of people who are looking to do something. So Paula, now let me just continue into our business partner, the Amway company. Now, why would you recommend the Amway company or building a business with them when there's probably 1,000 other companies who say, oh, I'm the best, I'm the number one, I'm the newest, I have the best product, this product that's going to cure you from cancer, I'm the newest company, choose me. Why would you choose the Amway company as a business partner, or why would you recommend it to the new people here?
For me, I would give my story as to why I joined, why I officially started running my own business, is because I saw my parents, who I'm in business with, they were going on holiday trips, everything paid for within this business. So every time they will come back, they will come back from the trip, they will show me their pictures and this and that. And I'm like, I want to go on a paid holiday. I want to, fly out. I don't have to worry about bringing, pocket money. Everything is paid for. The food, everything is paid for. So that was one of the main things that attracted me to this business, because the opportunity that you have of, building a business with the people that you care about, your friends and family, but also going on holiday with the same people. That's what, every time I tell somebody this, they are excited, because, it takes a lot for somebody to go on holiday. But when they know that if they work hard, put in a little bit of extra work, a company, they don't even have to do anything. A company just will take them on holiday because of the work that they've done, is what attracted me. So my parents always used to go on all these holidays, and I was getting jealous every single time. So they came back from this very expensive cruise. That's when I quit my job, my official job, where I was working at a retail shop that I was working at. I quit. I gave them 1 week notice. After I saw my parents coming back from this holiday, I was like, nope, okay, bye. I'll see you later. And then that's when I officially started running this business, because you have to have passion for something. And for me, the passion within this business is not just the holidays, is what I'm seeing. I'm already seeing a future, but also what the product does as well. I know there's loads of companies out there that, product this, but most of the time people want to see the result. For me, I'm more attracted to the skincare products within this business. So I don't need to say much. I just show them my face and I say, this is the product I've been using for the past 10 years. And that's the result that I get. So you have to also have, once you start using the product, you also have to have that passion, which is what I have. So I've got holidays in my head, and I also got the products, because that's what motivates me to wake up in the morning, go and look for people, talk to people, use my phone, WhatsApp, and this and that. That's what's for me anyways. But yeah. What about
That's
yourself,
that's
Mauricio?
that's awesome, Paul. I love it. You know, you talked about the product, and just stay tuned because we're going to be talking about the product ranges that we have in the business in just a
Yes.
minute, and Paula's favorite product ranges and how she gets those products across to people, prospects, and customers. However, I just want to point out on something that you say because we're all very different, and for you, the turning point, or what really caught your attention, is that actually looking and living and watching from close the results that your parents had, that really caught your attention, and you wanted to travel and you wanted to go on holiday, and that's what triggered your curiosity, and you said, let's go and build this thing seriously. Now, every single person has a reason why they would do something on top of whatever you're doing, because let's be honest, guys, every single person in this room is busy. And regardless of circumstances, we are all busy. And why, in spite of me being busy, would I go and do something else on top of whatever is making me busy? Because we all have a reason. Personally, I'm going to tell you that I was working around 78, 80 hours per week. I was making, okay money, but I didn't have a life. Let's be honest, I didn't have a life. I was busy. And I decided to build this business, or at least start to learn how to build it, precisely because I didn't have time. That was my reason. And the person who showed it to me, he said, he was very clever. He said, Mauricio, if you build this business seriously, in around 2 years, you will be making around 50,000 pounds on top of whatever you're making from your job, because you don't need to quit. So continue working and generate a second income that in around 2 years' time, if you build it properly, will be around 50,000 pounds. Now, for me, listen, it was those 50,000 pounds that, that started ringing bells, and that started to, trigger my curiosity to go and look to what was here, and look at the products, look at the information. But it was that because personally, my dream was to start investing in property. But my biggest problem is that I didn't have the deposit, or I didn't have the money to start investing. So I said, 50,000 pounds, that would bring me enough money for me to get into the property ladder, which, by doing what I'm doing right now, my current job or activity, that will give me enough money to survive and maybe save a little. But this, a second income on top of just the one income, was great, but for you, it can be, paying off that credit card debt that's eating you alive, or going on holidays such as Paula, or buying a house for your parents, or whatever reason you might have, sending your child to that school that's probably very expensive for every person. And that's what Amway give us, the opportunity to start learning, and not only learn, but to start doing and generating an income with. And I said at the beginning that there's many companies out there, but in Amway, or we don't say that, we have the very best products. We prove it. We don't say Amway is the very best. We prove it. It is the number one company in the world, and to go on business with the very best is absolutely fantastic. So Paula, now let's go into the product ranges. You talked about beauty being your favorite product line, or skincare, and I know that you're passionate about the beauty line. In the whole of Amway, we have around 450 exclusive everyday products. We talked about the very simple ones. In a couple of minutes, talk to us about the different ranges, but then focus on your favorite. Why did you choose it, and how did you manage to be so successful at doing that?
Okay, so like you said, we've got over 450 products, exclusive products. So that means exclusive means you can only find them here. You can't find them in stores or anything else. And we've got a range of products, like you mentioned before, when you was introduced into the business, that they told you that we've got products from when you wake up to when you go to bed. And he's not lying. We've got a couple of brands within the products that we have that will suit your whole family, from your kids to yourself to your partner, with either a husband, wife, for kitchen to supplements to The only thing that we don't have is clothes. That's the only thing that Amway does not have. But when it comes to living, home care, and beauty and all of that, we have here. And for me, I'm so excited to say that my favorite is the artistry skincare range, and also the makeup range as well, where we have different types, but just the whole range, just the whole collection itself is my favorite. That's one of the reasons why I'm here, because when my parents joined me at 18, I was like I said, I was forced to change everything from the Tesco products that I was using in the bathroom to my skincare. I was forced to start using those products. So I started using the Artistry skincare range, and I've watched it grow from, it's always been the best, but I've watched it grow from colors to this to that, and it's my favorite. And I'm sure you can tell that,
They look amazing. Yes.
Yeah.
Products of the products.
Yeah, the skincare range is amazing. I've opened another business on the side, just using the Artistry skincare range for myself. So now I've got two businesses within one business.
That's amazing, Paula. Paula, let me just take you into the next question, which is what's for most people in my journey, I've realized that this is probably the most difficult thing. But before I go there, let me tell you, comparing employment with entrepreneurship, there's many differences, but obviously employment in many ways gives you security. Yeah, the security of a steady paycheck. Entrepreneurship gives you options, like probably Paula has right now, waking up at whatever time you want, going to sleep at whatever time you want, working at whatever time you want, with whoever you want, is not doing nothing. Entrepreneurship requires work. Employment requires work and effort, but which one do you choose? Now, when you go, okay, I want to be an entrepreneur, I want to start my own business, there's many advantages to building an Amway business compared to a traditional business, which is that in Amway, you don't have overheads, you don't have to pay rent, you don't have to have employees, you don't have, all those things that traditional entrepreneurs or business owners have. However, the most difficult thing, especially for you and me, or in this case, I'm going to be talking about myself, that I wasn't a business owner or an entrepreneur before, is going every single day and making my business work. Because, let's be honest, if you open up a coffee shop, you really have to go and open that coffee shop every single day, regardless of if it's cold, hot, or if you're tired, you have to go and open it. However, with an Amway business, because you don't have that responsibility that an entrepreneur or a business owner, traditional business owner has, many people, they don't treat the business with the same seriousness, let's call it. So how did you manage to do it, especially at the beginning, to build your habit or your self-confidence, or which advice would you give to somebody who is here today, like myself, who doesn't have an entrepreneurial experience, but is looking at this business as a possibility, but really wants to make it a success? And let's be honest, there's work involved, but how did you manage to go out and every single day go? It doesn't mean leave everything behind and build Amway, but every single day go and just do something for your business and achieve those goals. How did you do that, Paula?
Oh yeah, that's a very good question. And just thinking about it from the start, from when I started, I was just like, oh my days, the time that I put, to get what I have now is worth it. That's why we say this business is not a get rich quick scheme, because you have to work on certain things. It tests running your own business without the overheads and stuff like this business. It tests the kind of person that you are, and it tests the kind of person that you want to be. And it also makes you grow, into the person that, you never thought you would be, but at the end of the day, you are growing and you are doing something. So for me, what I did was, because I've had a great mentor, which my parents, Abigail and Manfred, they've been great mentors for me from when I officially started. And they set me down and said, okay, so you want to build this new business, right? Yes, I want to build this business. Okay, let's look at the positive things that you have. So, okay, I've just come out of a retail shop where I know loads of people. Okay, do you know them people? Yes, put them contacts down. Okay, that's fine. Now, for me, I'm not really good at, I wasn't really good at talking to people face to face. Even though I worked in a retail shop, a lot of people were shocked. Even I was shocked, as that was something that I had to work on. And my parents helped me with that by, making me read certain books that will help me with growing my self-confidence when it comes to talking to people. If you look at me, you might think, oh, she's a bit out there, but I'm actually a reserved person. So that's one thing that I had to do, because when you join this business, yes, you're going to have to talk to people. You're going to have to explain each product, some of the products. You're going to have to do demonstrations. You're going to have to explain why this business is good, like what we're doing right now. And, you're going to have to talk to people. So that was one thing that I had to work on. So having a mentor as my mom that was already doing the business, that had reached a certain level, that had a big team behind her, which is also how she grew, is having a team behind her as well that made her, into a big successful business. There's certain things that you have to work on, because you get tested within this business. But the more you continue to want to learn, the more you continue to listen to the person that's invited you, the more you continue to, read books. For example, we've got loads of books within this business that we can recommend, that will not just help you just build the business itself, but also build you as a person, how to talk to people and how to grow in different ways. So that's what I did when I officially started. I started reading books. I started listening to audios from this business, that, from people that have already experienced the opportunity, people that have already made it, people that I was already looking up to. And also, I would say, don't just come into this business and say, and just go with the flow. Sometimes it's good to write down what you want to achieve within maybe the next year, within the maybe next 2 years, or even 5 years. For me, I was told by my mentor to write down a 5-year plan. So I did make that 5-year plan. It can be within the business, or it can be personal. It's just things that you want to achieve. And that's what motivated me to get up, go and look for those people, talk to people, go into the streets, because I did go into the streets. I know right now we can't do that as much, because of what's happening in the world. But when I started, I went into the streets. I was talking to people, not just your friends or your family, but also the good thing about this business as well is we're now on social. So it's easy to just make a page for yourself that represents what you're doing, and just send it to the people that, put it out there and show it to people. They'll be like, oh, okay. Because many people are now social, they're now doing everything on their phones. So it's also a great opportunity to build that type of business as well. So yeah, there's so many things that made me grow into what I am today. So should I repeat them again, or is that okay?
That's wonderful. That's wonderful message, Paula. You talked about a 5-year plan, and yes. I truly believe in that. I truly believe that you guys who are watching us tonight, who are here tonight, that you guys have a clear idea of what you want to achieve, of what's important for you, of how much money you see yourself making in 5 years, and what would it give you, what it would mean for you and your family, the changes that are going to be happening in your life. However, let me bring those 5 years into today. Because our brains, they are programmed, oh yes, I would like that mansion, I would like a Ferrari, oh, that's really important for me. But for your mind, that's probably a dream and an illusion, but it doesn't necessarily drive you to go out there and achieve it. However, as a business owner and an entrepreneur, yes, I'm a dreamer. I always dream with the future and I want to achieve that. And that gives me my passion. And 8 years ago, when I was driving or working to take my business off the ground, my biggest goal, and probably you guys can agree with me or can connect with me, that it was to one day, listen to me, one day, not necessarily having to rely on this thing to wake me up in the morning. That was my dream. I didn't want that. And if I could get enough money from my business so that I could quit the sort of job that I didn't like, probably you guys love your job and that's fantastic. But for me, that was my biggest driver. So yes, okay. So I have to make X amount of money from my business so that I can achieve that. So, okay, that's awesome. But then I divided that 5 year or 2 year plan, but then I divided into smaller goals. And then it always goes to the end of what it is that I have to do today. And then I go and do it. Like that coffee shop owner, that if he doesn't have customers, he has to go out and go and give leaflets to customers, have the best coffee, and literally drag people to his coffee shop. He's ready to do that because he's the owner of his business. I was ready to do that for my Amway business in a certain time. Obviously, right now, we can leverage from professionals such as yourself, or different people in the organization, and leverage from online meetings because this is a hybrid. However, it's breaking it down to smaller daily goals that eventually will build your entrepreneurial self-esteem and take you over to that 2 year or 5 year plan. And it is awesome. So, Paula, thank you very much. And just to finish up and just to wrap up, which advice would you give to this new person who is joining us today for the first time, or who is watching this video on YouTube, or who's going to be watching the recording? What do you recommend them and what to do and how to get started?
Yes, so it's good to have anybody that's new here. Welcome again. And yeah, it's good to have you. So what I would say is, you know, this business is based on product. That's what it is. So I would say fall in love with a product and let that be your passion. Because if you don't have passion for a certain thing that you want to showcase, people won't buy. People buy passion. And that's why companies make adverts. So adverts on TV is what, you know, is what entice people to go to that place. For us, is having the passion for what you're using or for what you are, you know, bringing to the table. So for me, my passion, like I mentioned, which is my favorite product, is artistry. And I use this product and I have the passion for it. I can talk about artistry from morning to night. So I would say pick a product. As we mentioned, there's so many different products, up to 450 products. It can be one product, it can be 2 products. Have that passion for that product, use the product, and drive that product with you. Take that product out and show everybody that product, because now people are seeing, okay, yeah, she's driving the product. She's, you know, that's what it is, because it's a product business, you know. And yeah, I think that's it, Marissa.
Thank you very much, Paula. Thank you. And just finishing on that note, together with the person who invited you here tonight, as I said at the beginning, we're in the process of expanding this business. And we believe, my friend, that you've got what it takes, especially this person who shared this link with you. They believe that you've got what it takes. So I'm going to leave you with 3 pieces of advice. Number 1, and perhaps this is the most important one, go and ask the person who invited you for professional information. Not opinions, because anyone has an opinion. I remember 8 years ago when I went and spoke to my dad and my cousin, who was my closest person, about this business. They had an opinion and they didn't know absolutely nothing, but they had an opinion about what the business was. We don't want you to go and look for opinions from people who probably they don't have the financial result or the knowledge. Ask the person who invited you here tonight for professional links and information about what this business is about. That's the number 1 piece of advice. Do not leave without asking for information. Number 2, have a brand experience. There's 2 ways about how you can have a brand experience. Number 1, probably you can become a customer from the person who invited you, or if not only you want to try the products, but you want to know more about the business and get involved and get the benefits, ask the person who invited you how you can have your own e-commerce websites so that you can connect directly to the manufacturers and from day 1 start the steps into building a business. So for us, it's been a fantastic pleasure having you guys here tonight. Massive congratulations for being the sort of person who is looking for something, the sort of person who's curious, the sort of person who wants to achieve more in life. And we would love to have the opportunity to have a one-on-one meeting with you to be able to discuss absolutely all the questions, doubts that you might have. Having said that, thank you very much, Paula, for your time, for your wisdom, for your simple manner on how you explain the business, because that's what it is.
I know
it's just complicated in a simple manner. That's the most.
But you know, I've always been given that compliment. You straight to the point, and which is what it is. We don't like to compliment to to confuse people. We just want to make sure that they go home and understand, you know, A, B, C, D, not A to Z, because at the end of the day, this is not a complicated business. All it just takes is for you to have passion for something that you love, you know, for you to also have a dream, and, you know, and for you to have courage, and, you know, for you to be excited about something. That's what wakes me up every morning to build this business. It's not just, you know, the people, but also what the business brings, which is fantastic. And I also wanted to mention that you are not alone in this business. You know, you're never alone. You're always gonna have somebody that's gonna be there to say, you know, do this, do that. Somebody that's gonna be able to pick you up. Somebody that's gonna be able to answer your questions, because it's not just in person, but also online. You know, we've got that 24-hour online business as well. So thank you very much, Mauricio, for having me. And say I can't see Diana as well. So, but yeah, I haven't seen you guys for so long. It's so good to see you guys.
We miss you loads. We will see you guys in Dubai. We're gonna have the
definitely.
biggest party there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I can't wait.
Thank you very much for your time, Paula. We love you guys, and thank you very much
Thank
for being
you.
a breath of fresh air to the industry, to the company, and for adding value to so many people out there looking for opportunity. Let's continue driving forward and making it happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good night.
For the rest of you, we will see you again next Tuesday when we will have business and product training. So make sure you tune in, ask the person who invited you how you can join, and we will see you guys then. Have a wonderful evening and goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.